This is just an artist's impression of the ship. So it's heading out through the heads. Fort Nepean's to the top of the page, Queenscliff's to the bottom, and you can see the splash. That landed exactly where it was supposed to land, right in front of the ship. Robinson, the pilot, said that when the shell hit the water, that the splash was so big that everyone on the bridge got wet from it. Morris was hesitant to fire the shot. He didn't want to fire at a ship without getting further clarification. And it was Veal that insisted that Morris give the command. Now, Veal was a 27-year-old signalman at the time, and he was adamant, fire the shot, fire the shot. We've got the permission, you need to fire the shot. They raised the flags for the faults to stop. Now, the faults ignored the signal. Now, even the pilot, Captain Robinson, himself did say that they did not see the signal. So the faults is heading out of Port Phillip Bay, and ultimately it's not going to stop, and they knew at the fort, they could tell by the wake of the ship that it wasn't slowing down. So they fired what's known as a heave-to shot from gun B1, which is a 6-inch Mark 7 gun. They fired across the bow from Fort Nepean. The heave-to shot is a special shell that's designed to make a loud bang when it's fired and a big splash when it hits the water. It is this shell that's our target, and this has been recognised officially as the first shot fired by the Allied forces in World War I. So this is what a 6-inch shell looks like. That piece of paper is a piece of A3 paper. So that gives you a bit of an indication of the size of the shell. It's 6 inches in diameter, it's about 18 inches long, and it weighs exactly 40 kilos. And I know it weighs exactly 40 kilos, and I'm sorry about changing from pounds to kilos, but when I weighed it on the scales only read out in kilos. We are not going to find it by swimming around looking for it. We're going to need some fairly heavy equipment. And Geometrics make a G882 marine magnetometer. And this is the same magnetometer that they are using in Pearl Harbor to find unexploded ordnance. That sort of Mud Island to the right, Swan Island to the left, and it's just in section B is Pope's Eye. So it's just south of Pope's Eye, in line with, say, Pope's Eye and Point Nepean in that wedge. That's where we're going to start our search. In one of the reports that I read, it said that they could sever a tow line between two ships. That's how accurate these boys are with their guns. We actually have a magnetometer, and our magnetometer will find a 500-ton ship in 100 metres of water, no problem at all. But this is a special piece of equipment, and it's going to take training, for us to learn how to use it. And then what happens is, once we tow it, unlike our own magnetometer, what we need to do is we need to load this to a computer, ship it off to the States, and then the States analyse it, and then they come back and they will tell us in that given area how many 40 kilo 6-inch shells there are.